Hey everybody, welcome back to another class here at Shiage Do Martial Arts. Today's Thursday. We're going to be doing some kata bunkai stuff today, and we're going to be doing a warm-up kata or two just to kind of give you guys who are at the beginning katas a little bit of extra help, a little bit of extra practice, and we'll do a couple basics just to help things go along. Okay, so with that, we're going to start off nice and easy with our basics. So haikadachi, feet shoulder width, palms or hands on your hips. We're just gonna step right, punch right. I'm gonna do 4 of each. We're just gonna 2 for form, 2 full power, and we're just gonna go through the first 10 and use that as kind of a warm up. We'll do Seisan and then we'll jump into our stuff. Okay, so number 1, lunge punch or oizuki. So you're gonna step right, lunge punch, 1, 2, with power. Ich, knee. Good. Number 2 is going to be lunge uppercut. Okay, so Jodan Oitsuki. So we do 1, uppercut, 2, uppercut with power. Ich, knee. Good. All right, scooch back. Make sure you got enough room. If you got to scooch in between these and do it, hopefully you got enough room to take 4 steps forward at least. All right. Number 3 is going to be step right, punch left, reverse punch, which is Gyakuzuki. So, Gyakuzuki. Ready? 1, 2, with power. Ich, knee. Good. Now it's going to be step right, uppercut left. So, reverse uppercut. Now you can say this as Jodan Oitsuki, uppercut, or Jodan Gyakuzuki, head reverse punch. They're both right. Ready? 1, 2, with power. Ich, knee, Good. Now we're going to stay forward for this one. We're going to chamber on our right hip. We're going to step back with our right foot. We're going to do a down block and a reverse punch. So, Gedan Barai, and then Gyakuzuki. Ready? 1, 2, with power. Ich, knee, Alright, now next one. We're going to same thing. Chamber on our right hip. Step back with our right foot. It's going to be a side block reverse punch. So, Chudanuki. Chudan means middle. Chudanuki, Gyakuzuki. Ready? 1, 2, with power. Ich, knee, Good. All right, number 6 is going to be same thing where the middle numbers are the blacks. So we're going to step back right. Number 6 is, I'm sorry, it's number 7. We're up to number 7 already. 5 is down block, 6 is side block. So 7 is open hand side block, stand. So it's Shudo, Chudanuki, Nukite. Okay, ready? 1, 2, with power. Ich, knee. Good. Number 8. We are on number 8. Step back, right, open hand, head block, uppercut. So it's going to be Shudo Jodanuki. So Jodan means head. So Shudo Jodanuki, so open hand, head block. And then either Jodanuki or Jodan Oitsuki or Jodan Gyakuzuki. Both of them are correct. So 2. And ich, knee. Good. Next is going to be our head block, regular head block, reverse punch. So it's going to be Jodanuki, Gyakuzuki. Ready? 1, 2, with power. Ich, knee. Good. Number 10, the last one we're doing today, is adding in the nose block. So it's head block, nose block, reverse punch, or Jodanuki, Uraken, Gyakuzuki. okay? So we step back. 1, 2. With power. Itch. Knee. Good. All right, shake it out. Shake your legs out. All right, between that and the warm-up, you guys should be ready to go. So we're going to do some Seisan kata, okay? Best you can. Stay with me. Yasumi. Kyotsuke. Right. Seisan. Hajime. So we're going to step left. Side block left. Punch right. Circle step punch. Circle step punch. Chamber in the middle. Shuffle towards the corner. Double head. Look over your left shoulder. You're going to turn all the way around. Double shooters. We're going to circle step right. We're going to do our roots block with a strong down block. Grab, pull. Step left. Roots block with a strong down block. Grab, pull. And a roots block. Grab, pull. We'll look to left. We're going to turn. Side block. 2 punches. A front kick. And a punch. Look to the back. We're going to turn. We're going to keep looking. Keep turning. Side block. Punch, punch. A kick. And a punch. We'll look to the back. Turn. Side block. Punch, punch. A kick. And a punch. We turn our foot. Bend our knees. Reach underneath. And break. We're going to look over our shoulder. Bring our feet back. And drop cat stance. Make sure you get those hips back in your cat stance. Just slide up. Head block. Nose block. Draw back and away. Stay in your cat stance. We're going to stomp. Cross over crane stance. Make sure you lock those knees together. Front kick. Set off. Down block reverse punch. Turn your foot to a horse stance. Bend your knees. Reach underneath and break. Look over your left shoulder. Bring your feet together and draw back. You're going to slide up. Musubidachi. Head block. Back by your ear. Nose block. Draw back cat stance. We're going to stomp. Cross into crane. Front kick. Down block punch. Turn your foot. Bend your knees. Reach underneath and break. We're going to look over our right shoulder. Bring our feet together and draw back. We're going to step out Zenkutsu. Deep front stance. Head block. Nose block. Step over Seisan stance. Down block punch. Turn your foot. Bend your knees. Reach underneath and break. You're going to step straight back. Cat stance. Opening side block. Shift. Push. Kick. Punch. Big circle. Catch. And break. And that's it. Good job keeping up with me. If Seisan is your most recent kata, okay? So if your name is Michael or Matthew or Alex, you guys are working on Seisan right now, don't be afraid. Pause the video, go back, all right? And do that kata a couple extra times, all right? When we finally get to come back, I want to see that you guys have been practicing it so hard, you guys are just ready for stuff, okay? When we see you on Friday, I want to be able to watch your Seisan kata and see that it looks awesome and be able to give you guys strips, okay? So make sure you're practicing hard during the week, okay? All right, for everybody, we're going to do some Chinto Bunkai, okay? So this is the Bunkai for Chinto kata. So I'm going to take Chinto kata nice and slow, just kind of walk you through it. We're going to do some self-defense after that, okay? So, Yasumi, Kyotsuke, Ray, Chinto, Hajime. So I'm going to look to the corner as I step out. Now remember that I've told you guys that Chinto kata is fought at an angle so that my stances are correct, okay? But if I were fighting outside, it doesn't matter what's an angle and what's not. It only matters when I'm inside training because that's where the walls are, okay? So if I'm outside, it doesn't matter. But I'm going to look off to the corner. I'm going to draw back into a cat stance, right? Somebody's trying to punch me. So if somebody's trying to punch me, the first thing I want to do is get away from them. I'm going to X block to catch them. I'm going to catch their wrist as I bring my other hand around and chamber it by my armpit. At the same time, I'm pivoting on my foot here to flip around and back so I can get that little bit of hip whipping. If you watch my belt, I can get my hip to really whip my belt around, okay? So when I'm doing this, I'm going to get that nice strong power there. I circle step the Seisan so I can punch him in the same spot. Punch him in the exact same spot. Then I'm going to step in here. Now this can be one of two things. I'm either doing a double block, okay, against two people, which is kind of silly, right? Fighting two people at the same time. Or the other option for this is if somebody's, I just punch this guy in the ribs, so he's probably standing in about a Seisan stance. If I step behind his leg with my horse stance, okay, basically what I'm doing is smashing him in the face and taking his knees out from under him and knocking him on the floor, okay? Then I step out from around him and either hit that guy in the face as he's trying to stand back up, or there's another guy stepping over him and I'm doing a down block, okay? So one of the things I want you to think about when you're doing Bunkai is, yes, there's an official way of doing it, but there's also, you can use your imagination to see what else these moves would be good for, all right? So tripping somebody and throwing them looks like a head block, okay? I'm going to step around, again, down block. So if somebody comes in to punch me or stab me with a bow. This one makes more sense if it's a bow. So if they're stabbing me with the bow, I'm going to draw back to give them some room and get this hand up. Then I'm going to do my jump double front kick to make up some distance. All right, that's why it makes this difference if it's a bow. If somebody's got this 6-foot stick and they're way over here, and I'm trying to hold this up with my hands, whatever, use your imagination, right? I need to kick this guy over here. I might not be able to do that here, but if I can jump forward to kick him, chances are better that I'll reach him. Okay, so I do my jump double front kick. I get in nice and close to him. And I'm going to do an X block down. So it's going to be X block. Now my X block is just a down block, a regular down block, with my other hand along for the ride to keep it from sliding up my arm. I'm going to look over my shoulder, step around, X block. Look over my shoulder, step around, Seisan stance, punch, circle step, punch. So this guy's blocking these two, and he goes to punch me. So I'm going to take his hand and guide it to my elbow, or I'm going to, he doesn't punch me, but I slide in and elbow him in the solar plex, okay? If I'm doing it where he punches him in the elbow, I'm going to tie his wrist up. If I elbow him in the solar plex, I'm basically hammer fisting the inside of his leg as I pull his head down and as I'm throwing him back, okay? So this move, if I'm hitting him in the ribs, then I'm throwing this guy back. If I'm tying him up, right, then I'm just throwing this guy past me here. I'm going to come up and through to fake and then shudos. I'm going to shift to zenkutsu. This guy's coming in. I'm going to chop both sides of his collarbone, okay, trying to break his collarbone. If you've never broken your collarbone, which I'm hoping you haven't, right, but this bone right here is about as thick as a pencil. So if you break that, the cool thing is the muscles that hold your arms up stop working. So your arms kind of do this weird hang thing like this. If you break one side, you can tell somebody's collarbone's broken because they're kind of standing like this. But when you break that collarbone, they're not going to be able to punch you with either hand. Okay, so you're trying for that. This guy comes over here, so Chinto is fought on uneven ground. Okay, whether it's like a rocky slope or a boat with a bunch of different levels on it called a Chinese junk. It doesn't matter which one we're thinking about, but either this guy is coming up like a ladder, or he's coming up, he's climbing up, so I'm going to smash him in the head, or somebody's trying to kick me and I'm smashing their foot to block. It could be either. I'm going to shift to zenkutsu. I'm going to block his punch, and when I do these open hand techniques where I got the target here, I'm never actually doing that, okay? This is just in the kata to give me a focus point. So I'm doing this block and coming in, dislocating his shoulder, okay? Then I come up and grab his hair and smash him into my knee, okay? So I'm kind of like tripping him as I step through to smash him into my knee. I'm going to draw back here. Now, we talked about this. In Isshin Ryu, your side blocks look like this. Isshin Ryu is one of the two styles that Isshin Ryu was made out of, and Isshin Ryu happens to be the style that Chinto came to us through. So when you're doing this, this is an old side block, okay? But it's not a traditional side block either. It's more of a guard, all right? Just like a guard for us would be here, guard for them is closer to here because you're blocking with this bone part and keeping it in front of your shoulder blades. Master Shimabuku left this in on purpose, okay? He could have changed it to a side block if he chose. He was changing a lot of katas, all right? Take my word for it. But he chose to keep this in, so it's important. So you kick, right? And then another, either, again, somebody's coming to kick us, or we're smashing a guy who's trying to get up. This could be the guy that we threw, if we tied him up and we threw him down, he's trying to get up. So I smash him in the head. Then I'm coming up here, I shift my hips, double headlock. So they're coming in with that same chop that I had, okay? Whether it's with their hands or with sai or whatever, they're coming in with that two-handed chop. So I'm coming up, headlock. I'm gonna shift to get them to lower, or to change their guard and kick before I step in with the next thing, okay? So when I'm doing this, it's here, kick, double down, double up. So now no kick here, but it could be. These are 2 blocks. This one's just for keeping the sun out of my eyes so I can see. This one's the strong block. So there's no focus on the top block. It's just kind of here as more of a guard, okay? So I do my guard and a down block, guard and a down block. I'm gonna look around to see who's around me. This guy's still in front of me, so I do a down block. But while I did that look around, I saw this guy behind me, so I'm gonna step behind Crane, double head block. He's coming in with these chops, so he's got his big open rib cage, right? So he's coming in with these chops. So I'm gonna sneak right underneath it, right? And then I'm gonna take this guy back out, right? This guy is probably the guy that I keep throwing on the ground, right? I'm gonna make sure that he stays down. I step over him, shift, kick, and this guy, I'm gonna just mess with his timing a little bit. So I'm gonna circle step punch instead of stepping and punching, okay? You guys all know that if you kind of like do that hesitate punch, it really messes with you. So that's pretty much what this is, okay? This guy's coming in, so I come in 2 biggie punches. I guard and step away here. I'm gonna finish this guy off with a kick to get him back away from me so I can look over here. Now this guy I was dealing with, I'm ready, he's coming in with a kick. I'm gonna shift, kick. He tries to punch me in the head, so I block his arm and break the inside of his shoulder out, right? So he's punching here, so I'm breaking the inside of his shoulder. I kick him again to get him away from me, and I finish him off, punch him in the groin or the knee, depending on how tall he is. And that's the end, okay? So that is Chinto Kata with the Bunkai. If you know Chinto Kata, make sure you're paying attention to that Bunkai, because sometimes that Bunkai makes the moves make more sense, okay? If you know Chinto, pause it, go through it again, nice and slow like that. If you don't know Chinto, don't worry about it. You can jump right into self-defense, which is what we're going to be doing next, all right? So stick around, we're going to get some self-defense in. All right, welcome back, everybody. Again, I've got Sifu here with me. We're going to be doing some self-defense today. The defenses we're going to work on today are all focused around a punch coming at your face. So we're going to start with some nice easy stuff, and we're going to work from there. Okay, so the first one we're going to do when this punch comes to my face is just right similar to Chinto Kata again. It's their theme for the week. I like Chinto. It's going to be a pop and a hammer fist. So this one, I'm coming across and striking. What I want to do is get this punch to miss over my shoulder so I can step in and do this hammer fist. Now you can do the same one to the outside and it'll work just fine. And that's closer to your Chinto Kata, right? But I like this one for this specific reason. If I smash this here and he doesn't start passing out, or if he does start passing out and I want to catch him, I can grab a hold of him. I'm in close. And I'm in a spot where he can't do a lot to me. If he tries to punch me from here, he doesn't get much of a wind up. Oh, the other hand. He doesn't get much of a wind up. All right, I've got a hand ready to go, aiming, wherever I need it. Plus, I can lock back in with that figure 4 choke and put him to sleep that way if I have to. So, one more time. When this punch comes in, I'm going to tap it to the side as I kind of step to the side. Tap to the side, step to the side, and I can come in with my hammer fist right here to the jaw. All right? Practice that one back and forth. Don't hit your partner in the face. All right? I'm sure they won't like it too much. And when you come back, we got the next one. So the next one we're going to do is still punch to the head. So this one, what it's going to be is like in Wansu, this rainbow block where it comes out and it blocks and grabs. It's going to be a block and grab pulling into an uppercut. Okay. This downward motion here, when he's punching forward, this downward motion causes him to lose his balance towards me, which gives me a little bit of extra oomph to be able to hit with my uppercut. So when this punch comes in, it's just going to be block and pull it right to my hip where I'm strong. Pull it right into my core where I'm strong, and then this launches from the same place. And I'm going to even get my knees into it so I can really blast them. Okay? So one more time, we'll do it from the other side so they can see it that way. It's going to be a block and grab, come in, uppercut. All right? So practice that one back and forth with your partner. Don't uppercut him in the face. Nobody likes getting uppercut in the chin. And we'll be back with the next one. So our next one's going to be upper body basics right out. Okay? We're going to do upper body basic number 10. Upper body basic 10, head block, nose bop, punch. Okay? So this one, when it comes into the punch, we're going to do it the same side. So when he punches on that side, I'm going to do my head block on the same side, come in here. Now the reason I'm doing this on the same side is because if he tries to come in for the grapple, where he tries to go for my neck, my hand is here as a guard. Also, I can do this nice rhino horn thing where I just smash him in the chest with my elbow from this position. Okay, so if he bum rushes my nose bop, I've already got something ready to go. And that's why I want to do it on that side. So he comes in to punch, head block, bring it in close, nose bop, and punch. And I'm going to do this punch with my whole body coming in. And what I really, really want to do is get my elbow about a half an inch above my punch. The reason I want that little bit of a downward angle is because ideally I want to be hitting him into something that doesn't move. Okay? The best thing that doesn't move is the ground. If I smash him down, those are very effective techniques. Unfortunately, his shoulders aren't very vulnerable areas. Okay? They're not very useful target areas. However, his solar plexus is. Side effect, his solar plexus really only gets affected when I punch it straight. If I get my elbow above it, physics says that I can split the force between downward and inward. Okay, so if I'm punching at an angle here, I'm punching both down and in. Okay, by doing that, some of my force is going to be resisted by the ground, and therefore more of the force that I give to him will go into him, and that's what I want. So when I do this punch, I want my punch to be just a little, my elbow to be just a little bit higher. I don't want this, right? Because then I can't do a good punch. It's going to be just a little bit. Just think of a straight line from my shoulder to his solar plexus is going to be perfect. Okay? So, punch comes in, head block, keep it on the same side in case he moves in, nose bop, and then shoulder to solar plex, punch. And for this one, I am going to turn my wrist like I'm doing a half fist, just to kind of squeeze in there just a little bit better. Okay? Think about it this way. When we do our palm heels, all right, if I do my palm heels high, my hands are up, middle, my hands are out, low, my hands are down, because that's the way my shoulders rotate. Right? So when I do my punch, right, I can keep my punch oriented to my wrist in the same direction, so my wrist stays strong. But if I bring my elbow up like this, it brings my hand out sideways. Okay? So without twisting my wrist, I'm just going to bring my whole arm up so I can punch straight down. All right? So practice that one back and forth a couple times, and we got one last one for it. So the last one we're going to do is one of my favorites. Sensei Ron Kaiser, my teacher when I was taking karate, always said that the best way to block is to not be there. So we're going to do this last one, and we're not going to be there. So Sifu's going to throw this punch at me. All I'm going to do is I'm going to duck back and throw my front kick. Now my front kick can go to his knees, it can go to his groin. If I'm really feeling flexible, I might kick him in the pocket, but I'm not going to be trying to aim for the solar plex. Kicking somebody above the waist in a fight is not very useful. Okay, for those of you who watched me when I got to fight my opponent at the Don't Be Denied challenge, 90% of my front kicks were like belly button height. And that was because that was a different kind of fight. It wasn't a fight, but it was a sparring match. But most of my kicks went to his belly button or to his hips. And every time he went like this and stepped back, that was because I kicked him in the hips, okay? That's what I want with this one. So when Sifu comes in to punch in my nose, all I'm doing is leaning back and punching. Now, or punching with my foot, I'm kicking. My hands are still going to be up because the last thing I want to do is lean too late and get punched in the face, okay? That's not going to help me, and that is going to help him, so I don't want that. So when he throws this punch, I'm going to lean, but I got my hands up. Also, because if he comes in for a second punch, I'm kind of at a disadvantage here with my lean back, but it lets me, if my hands are already up, it lets me come in and attack, okay? So I can kind of just set it in. Also, very important point, if you watch, I lean with my body, but I keep my weight in the center. So I'm not leaning back away, which causes me to fall. I'm kind of bending my knee and pivoting on my hips. My center of balance is still my belly button, and that part is still in the middle of my body. So even though I'm leaning, I can maintain my balance there. If I just straight lean back, I'm going to fall. All right, so I want to try to minimize that as much as possible. So I'm going to bend my bottom leg so that I can lean and kick at the same time. All right, so practice that one back and forth a few times with your partner. All right, and then we will finish up class. With that, I got nothing. Good job. All right, so good job with the self-defense. Now we just got some announcements and I'll let you guys go. So congratulations again to Nadia and Stacy for winning the t-shirt contest. Stacy's design was the pagoda with the cherry blossoms. Nadia's was the one with the hand chopping through that says embrace the suck and COVID-19. So as I told you before, we're going to be changing that one up a little bit, but that one was our staff pick, so that one's going to be available when we come back. Our regular summer shirt's going to be the pagoda one. That one's going to be available hopefully starting next week. I got some sweet, t-shirt making stuff, so we're going to see how good I can make it look. I'm going to get some practice. I ordered a couple extra shirts so I can make sure that they don't look like garbage because I really want to make sure that they're quality shirts for you guys. So once I have that figured out, I'll get the prices set up so that I can get an order sheet together, and I'll get that out to you guys so that we can get them and have them in hand for June, regardless of whether or not we're actually at the dojo or not. I'm hoping we are, but if not, I'll make sure they get out to you guys. Zoom class is going to be tomorrow, 5 to 5:40 for kids, 5:50 to 6:30 for adults. So if you're available for that, make sure you show up. Don't forget to keep sending in your videos. You can throw them in the Dropbox. If you're having a hard time with that, you want to set up like a Google Drive or something like that so you can just share it with me so that I have access to it. I will do the same thing, okay? If you provide the videos, I will provide the watching and expertise, okay? I promise that because I really want to help you guys get better. I really don't want this to hold anybody back. So if you get the videos to me, that is my promise to you, okay? However it is, as long as I don't have to make some crazy account on some like sketchy website, all right? Google Drive is not sketchy. Stuff like that. Dropbox works. It's how we've been doing it. However you guys want to function it. What I do is basically I watch all your videos. I type up a nice Word document of every kata you did and everything I saw. So the more you send me, the more I can give you back. So make sure you guys are doing that. And then our Focus Mate giveaway. Today's Thursday. It wasn't today, which means I did it earlier than the week. If you haven't watched it already, don't be afraid to go back and jump into some of the older videos. Jump through those too, to pick up whatever we were talking about and, maybe get a chance to win that Focus Mate. All right. Other than that, I got nothing. You guys did awesome today. Keep up the great work. You guys are dismissed. Us!